Floyd Mayweather believes that Caleb Plant can stop Canelo Alvarez. And Floyd also stated that he was close of stopping Canelo Alvarez when he fought him. Let's talk about it in this video. King Jr. got another video for y'all. So Floyd Mayweather, was recently in a video with a few reporters on how he sees Caleb Plant fighting Canelo Alvarez, is talking about how the fight's going to happen. And Floyd Mayweather believes that Caleb Plant can stop Canelo Alvarez real easy. I wouldn't say real easy, I'm just emphasizing here, but he believes that Caleb Plant can stop Canelo Alvarez. Now, I told you guys before, this is very hard to believe because Caleb Plant is not a power puncher. He's a respectable, slick boxer. He has all the tools in the world to beat Canelo Alvarez, but he just doesn't have the power to hurt Canelo. But what I was saying, guys, was that do I believe that Caleb Plant can stop Canelo Alvarez? I made a video stating this. He can stop Canelo Alvarez by, getting in, getting out, and have to bang with Canelo Alvarez and break him down. That's the only way you'll be able to stop Canelo Alvarez, if you can get in, get out, pot shot him, force him to force his guard to go low, keep hitting him in the stomach, pot shot him all night with the jab. And Caleb Plant has a very good jab and break Canelo down. And even though Canelo has a strong core, the body shots eventually is going to add up and start to hurt towards the end, in the middle of the rounds, because people don't believe in breaking somebody down in the body anymore. And if Caleb Plant decides to break Canelo down in the body utilizing a pot shot jab, he can stop Canelo Alvarez. Now, I can see him stopping him that way. And but I don't see Caleb Plant really stopping Canelo Alvarez. Now, Floyd Mayweather says when he fought Canelo Alvarez, he was on the verge of stopping him. Now, it's been a while since I watched the fight between Floyd Mayweather and Canelo Alvarez, but it was one of the rounds, I think it was one of the higher rounds, that Floyd Mayweather had Canelo Alvarez on the ropes. And I believe both of them collided with elbows, and Floyd wound up hurting his elbow, I believe. But if Floyd said if he would never got close to Canelo when that happened, he was going to stop Canelo Alvarez. As we seen, Canelo Alvarez was struggling. Floyd was making him miss and making him pay on shots that Canelo was throwing. Canelo Alvarez was throwing big looping wide shots against Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd was dodging out of the way and getting out of the way. And there was a moment that Canelo Alvarez almost got stopped by Floyd Mayweather because Floyd Mayweather was at that point was walking Canelo Alvarez down. Canelo Alvarez was starting to fatigue. He was getting tired of the movement that Floyd Mayweather was doing. If you go back and look at that fight closely, Floyd Mayweather was mostly making Canelo Alvarez miss in the pocket. They was wrapping up a lot of times, but he was making Canelo Alvarez miss in the pocket a lot of times. And it could be the same scenario for Caleb Plant, but Caleb Plant's not Floyd Mayweather, okay? Caleb Plant has a different type of style. He's a tall fighter. He's going to have to use his footwork to move out a certain way of punches. I just think that Caleb Plant, for order him to beat Canelo, he's going to have to put on a boxing clinic like Usyk did to AJ, but it's going to be the opposite way. The bigger guy whooping on the smaller guy, using his slickness, getting in and getting out, making him miss, making him pay. That's the only way I can see Caleb Plant beating Canelo Alvarez. But if Caleb Plant gets caught by Canelo Alvarez, he can be in some huge trouble. I'm not saying Caleb Plant could get knocked out or anything like that, because Caleb Plant does have somewhat of a granite chin, and so he can take a shot. But you don't want to be in a situation that when you start to feel fatigue and Canelo start wearing on you with big shots, you don't want to be in that situation, because he has a higher chance of knocking you out. But he has a high chance of knocking you out. But the thing that gets me is that Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward, they believe that Caleb Plant can stop Canelo Alvarez. I mean, believe what you want to believe. I don't think Caleb Plant's going to be able to stop Canelo Alvarez because Canelo has a granite chin. I'm not saying Caleb Plant can buzz him or anything. Caleb Plant can hurt Canelo, but I just don't see him stopping Canelo, because the only way I can really see Caleb Plant stopping Canelo Alvarez is that he will have to get in, get out, and bang with Canelo Alvarez in certain moments and get out and make him miss in the pocket. That's the only way I can really see Caleb Plant stopping Canelo Alvarez. When Canelo Alvarez tries to cut the ring off, you should be trying to bang with him on the inside, get in the clinch and work that body, and get back on your bike and use the lateral movement and break him down with the jab. Utilize the jab to set up combination punches, and Caleb Plant has the stand speed to do so. I can see that way of stopping Canelo, but overall, power-wise, I don't think Caleb Plant is going to have that pop to really, really stop Canelo. Now, he can fight Canelo's fight and force Canelo, hurt Canelo. I think he can hurt him, but I just don't think he's going to stop him because it's so many punches you have to throw. You have to remember these punches, kind of like a video game. You got to do certain moves, like certain fighting games. You got to do certain moves to set up Canelo the wrong way, get on the wrong angle of Canelo, and set him up to make him miss. That's the only way I can see Caleb Plant really stopping Canelo. He has to make Canelo miss a lot of shots and wear Canelo down, make him move around and force him to cut you off, and get out the way, pot shot him, use the 1-2. And Caleb Plant does have a very good 1-2, and it's very fast. And I don't see it happening. But these guys believe that Caleb Plant can stop Canelo Alvarez. Floyd, I believe Floyd has showed him some pointers on how to beat Canelo Alvarez, and also Andre Ward's helping Caleb Plant beat Canelo Alvarez. So it's like a lot of these guys wants to help Caleb Plant beat Canelo Alvarez because, everybody's getting tired of Canelo Alvarez winning fights. He won 56 fights, 39, 38 wins by way of knockout. He's never been beat. He's been beat. He hasn't been beat in a long, long time. Last time he was beat was by Floyd Mayweather on 2013 of, I believe it was September 2013, if I'm not mistaken. But the point here is Floyd Mayweather believes that Caleb Plant has all the tools in the world to beat Canelo Alvarez, and he also give Caleb Plant high praise that you can stop Canelo Alvarez. And Floyd Mayweather also said, "I almost stopped Canelo Alvarez," which he almost did. But I want to get to hear that there were some people saying that Canelo lost in a few fights. Well, I'll say this: when Canelo fought Austin Trout, that fight was a draw. In my opinion, I think it was a draw. It was a very close fight. They had Austin Trout down big on the scorecards, and he had no choice to go after Canelo, but he wound up getting defeated at the end. You can arguably say he lost to Lara because of the boxing clinic and the movement that Lara was making Canelo miss a lot of shots and avoiding a lot of big punches Canelo was throwing. And so you can say he arguably lost to Canelo. Some people have Canelo actually lost both times to Triple G. Some people can make an argument that he lost both times. Absolutely not. I had Canelo winning both fights. Triple G was just too slow, out of his prime, in my opinion. The first fight, Canelo broke Triple G down. That was it. I believe the first fight, Canelo beat him. He should never rematch him. But everybody say, "Oh, you scared to fight Triple G?" And Canelo wound up whooping his ass the second time. So those fights, I think arguably Canelo did kind of lose those fights. But, at the end of the day, the man wound up winning the fights. But Floyd Mayweather, is giving Caleb Plant pointers. Andre Ward giving Caleb Plant some helping advice, training advice to maximize his IQ to beat Canelo Alvarez. And I think it's going to play a big role in the press conference. I don't know if you guys seen it yesterday. Caleb Plant says, "Don't you F around. I want the best of Canelo." So we're going to see the best out of both guys coming this weekend. I'm definitely going to watch the fight, and I might do a reaction to the fight. So, but recap on this: Floyd Mayweather believes that Caleb Plant can stop Canelo Alvarez. I personally don't think he can stop him, but I think Caleb Plant can buzz or hurt Canelo Alvarez if he does the right thing, set up his shots right, break him down in the body, use the jab, pot shot him with the jab to the body. Yeah, you can break Canelo Alvarez down that way by stopping him. But overall, stopping him with with the strength Canelo Alvarez has and his chin and stuff like that, I don't think that's going to happen. Now, Canelo Alvarez can stop Plant if he wants to. If Canelo Alvarez neutralize Caleb Plant foot movement and cut off the ring the right way, like he's been doing with a lot of guys, how he was cutting off the ring when he fought Billy Joe Saunders, yeah, he can stop Plant himself. So this makes for a 50-50 fight. I don't know. This is going to be very close. I don't know who's going to knock out who, but I'm going to linger. Like I said, guys, I was lingering to Canelo by a small margin, but now I really can't say who's going to win. All I know is this fight is going to be taken to the cards. I believe it's going to be a decision victory. I don't think nobody's going to knock each other out. But I would be surprised if Canelo catches Caleb Plant and knocks him out. And I would be surprised if Caleb Plant drops Canelo Alvarez or seems like he was on the verge of stopping Canelo. Seems to be on the verge of stopping Canelo. But with that being said, it is what it is. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. This is your boy King Jr. I'm out of here. Peace.